Good morning. We're a little late this morning. Sorry about that. We had a technical glitch. How
Yeah,
you doing today,
no worries.
Brian?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
good.
great. You
Finally,
said you wanted to
finally
just
starting. I was just
go
gonna
ahead.
say it's finally starting to feel like starting to feel like spring here. Finally.
Is it? Shit. I'd be
Yeah, it's
glad
been
if
a
spring would
long
be.
winter,
I wish spring would
right?
last a little longer here. We're already sitting at 80 degrees.
Yeah, yeah, I've heard. Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
But I've
So
been
yeah,
going over the website stuff, trying to get it all
yeah.
placed in that because I'm doing a lot of hand coding on it. Um,
Are you? So you're gonna go ahead and put that new stuff into the website?
yeah, I'm working on that currently. I've left our current site up so there's no glitches, but as soon as I get it finished, turned over, I'll be loading up the new
Okay.
site
Yeah.
information.
And so I went over it with Grok, and
Hmm.
was it Grok? No, Claude. I keep mixing those up.
Hmm.
Anyway, I went over it with Claude and I rewrote everything, and well, most of it anyway.
Hmm.
And so I don't know. What do you guys think? Does it look a little better, a little less AI, or does it sound any
It
better?
does. It
Yeah,
does. Now, granted, I mean, with the AI, you always have that breaking point between sentences. There's no way
yeah,
around that.
yeah.
So I'm just removing those break points to keep it
Well,
aligned.
I, I don't quite understand what you mean by breakpoints. What do you mean?
All right. Well, we're like with how we end a sentence and then we drop down and go to the next line to start up a new paragraph. Well, the
So
system is
you're
putting blank lines in between every sentence.
well. It shouldn't
That's
be
not
like that
your
on the
point.
copy.
Yeah,
It shouldn't be like that on the copy I sent you because I told it to tighten it up and not use so many one line paragraphs. And when I
yeah.
looked
I
at it, it
think it
looked
just
fine to me.
yeah, it looked fine to me. But when I transferred it over to my notes to be able to configure it out for each individual page, there was those splits. There was all those gaps between sentences and that. So I'm just making sure they're not there.
So that must have
Uh,
been from your transferring it though, or something, because that's
yeah,
not on my copy.
that's what I'm thinking. It's either transferring or it's the software I use for you know converting it.
Yeah,
No big deal. I'll get it taken care of. That's not a problem. It just delays me just a hair. No big deal.
yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah,
makes it a little more
yeah, so,
makes it a little easier to proofread, but makes it harder to condense into here's this page, here's that page, here's that page.
yeah,
Right off the
yeah,
bat. Instead I can't do the just a copy paste and do the codes. I gotta copy paste and take away these little breaks, then do the code.
yeah, yeah. I wonder if I
It's
sent
not
it to
bad.
you in a PDF or something, if that would have been better. Maybe it wouldn't have done
It
that.
might have. It might have. If you want to resend it by PDF, that would be fine. I might be able to work with that a little quicker and easier.
I give
Um,
that a try. I'll try sending you a
okay.
new copy. And
Okay.
there's one. I added one paragraph in this new copy. I
Okay.
had the another AI go over it all, and it suggested that I should add this one paragraph. And it's just an explanation of how we do a cooperative. A little bit of it's just basically saying because it says that we don't address this anywhere else in there. So anyway, it's
Hmm.
just saying basically as things go forward, we'll get the proper legal advice to set up a proper cooperative the way it needs to be done.
Right.
So anyway, so I added that paragraph that's added into the about page. And so anyway, that's the only thing that'll be different on this copy. I'll put it into a PDF and I'll send that over to you.
Okay. Can I make a recommendation? And
Mm-hmm.
this isn't anything against your writing style. It's the way that everything was sent to me. Instead of using the hyphens for the breakpoints on the individual pages, that little dashes, use
Oh,
asterisks.
okay. The lines I made, yeah, like in
Yeah,
between each page.
use asterisks instead of lines because that can confuse where the breakpoint of each individual page could be.
I know I'm going to sound like an idiot, but explain to me what an asterisk is.
You've
I
looked at a
don't write
computer
very
keyboard,
often.
right? You've looked at the computer
Hey?
keyboard, right? The computer
Okay.
keyboard,
Yeah.
hit shift number 8.
Shift number 8.
If
Okay.
you're
Well, I
using a
don't have a
computer,
computer keyboard. I only use the keyboard on my phone, so I don't think it has that.
right? Let me see here.
What does
Hold
it
on a
look
second.
like? Not just a line? Is that just a line?
The asterisk, that's a star. The star that's
It's a
used.
star.
The here, I'll yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Like on our phones, we have a pound key and an asterisk,
Yeah.
right?
Use the asterisk instead. That'll be under like 1, 2, 3, where you change from words to numbers. It'll be either under the numbers or it'll be under the second page of numbers
Okay.
on the phone.
So not a line of them, but just one asterisk.
Yeah, 1 or 2.
Okay.
It doesn't need to go all the way across the page. Just 1 or 2 that denote, okay, page break. Or you can even put
Okay.
the asterisk and then put in the word page or end of page, and then do a couple asterisks behind it. That way it makes it easier for me to tell, okay, where's the break points at for the individual pages.
Yeah, I was just trying to make something that was obvious. Yeah, I was just trying to make something that was obvious there that you'd know for sure. But if you prefer that, I can do that. Yeah.
I would, because as I looked at that email, I'm reading through it, I'm working with the code, but sometimes I'm running into problems. Okay, where's the actual page break? Where's, because I know you use those throughout your pages too, to break up the subsections. And it's like, okay, is this a subsection of the same page, or is this an all new page?
No, that's why I did something different. I did that double line, and they're actually equal signs. I put equal signs over and over and over again. So that should be different than any other separation in there.
Right.
That's kind of
what I use my AI to help bring the code in nice and tight and clean. My AI agent on my computer, and it's running into a problem understanding that.
Okay.
Understanding that break. So that's where I ran into the problem, because I was working with it. All of a sudden, I got 3 pages included as 1 page.
Okay. All right. Well, I do anyway. I'll do it the way you want.
It just makes it easier on me.
Yeah. This is all this writing stuff is all pretty new to me still. I'm still learning.
Oh no problem.
It's a bit of a learning curve. But
it always is when it's something you've never really done.
That's right. Yes.
How's the prospect going with the Game B people?
Well, I'm very excited to get started. I'm still kind of waiting because I want the website all set up for this.
Okay, but you've been staying in contact with them and
keeping
up on
Sharon and I exchanged emails this week. I've been watching, and you should probably sign up there too. Check out their Facebook page, the Game B Facebook page. Anyway, she had made a post on there about Audrey Tang and some other stuff that she's working on. Audrey is this person that was set up a system in Taiwan that was the most successful thing ever done as a kind of a some way to boost democracy. Use computers to kind of boost democracy. They had the most successful out of anybody ever. Was in Taiwan. This system that
I think I remember you mentioning that last week.
I probably did. I've spoken a lot about Audrey, and anyway, so she sent me some links about what Audrey, some interviews that she had done, and an article that she's from this group that she's a part of, and anyway, I went through it, and then I commented back to her about. And I always come to the same argument. What they're doing is fantastic, but what they need to do, they need to get government to buy in. They need the government to say, okay, now we're gonna try this new system, right? Well, governments just never do that. They don't. You're not going to get a federal government to adopt some new system. They won't adopt anything.
No, because they want to keep their system that works for them, and they don't think anything else will work. And now look at us.
There's no examples of that ever happening in the past. they don't adopt like that. They don't change. And so
Hmm.
that's my only real argument against what they're doing, is that they just don't really have any real chance of getting anywhere. So
Right.
anyway, so that was kind of my reply, is that I think we have a better chance than they do of getting anywhere. And then the other thing is too, if we get the KAOS system up and running, her organization is going to have a field day with that data. You know,
Hmm.
because they're trying to extract data out of the public by doing public polling and stuff, and nobody participates. So they actually have to. There's an organization that you get pay to get a poll done, and they have all these people that are signed up, and they get a payment every time they fill out a polling form, right? And but that's skewed. As soon as you get
Hmm.
you know, you're not getting your average public. You're getting the people that
No,
are
you're
out
getting
there trying
someone
to
that
make a
wants the
couple of
money.
bucks. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it's not a clean data. It's not, you
Right.
know. So and it's not a sample of a very big size either. They're very limited on how big a sample they can get. So
Hmm.
anyway, for all these reasons, I think that if we got our system running, they will have a heyday with that data. You know, they can work
Hmm.
on all these other methods of getting people to communicate and cooperate and stuff like this, and they can do that using our data. So
So basically,
anyway,
we would supply the back end, the data information, while they could supply a front end to allow this information to be plugged into our system and people to be able to view the results. We could work
yeah,
perfectly together with that as a
yeah,
complete union.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but we're not
There's a
quite
lot.
there yet.
No, no. Well, we need the data set yet, but there's lots of organizations like that are working on things to help us find better answers to the problems, and most of them, almost all of them, will benefit hugely if we can get the KAOS system up and running. You know, it just
Hmm.
gives them more data to work with, eh?
Right.
Um, so anyway, that was my reply to Sharon. And but yeah, so we're still getting back and forth, and she said she's just patiently waiting until I'm ready, and then I want to make a post on their Facebook page and try to get some attention there. Eh? So
Okay. I'll try to get that website up this week.
yeah,
Um, hopefully, I can have it up by Wednesday or Thursday. I'll message you as soon as it's up to let you know it's up and we can proceed forward. I mean,
yeah,
that's
okay,
the only, we're waiting on me right now. I understand that, but I've
yeah.
also got to make
I don't
sure
want,
that the information's getting out to people the way they need to see it.
yeah, and I don't want to, yeah, I don't want to put too much pressure on you either. You know, we're asking a lot of you out of everybody here. Lots falling on your shoulders, so I want to tell you how much I
I'm not
do
worried about
appreciate
it.
that.
Gives me something to
And you
do.
know, obviously I'm anxious. I want to get moving, but at the same time, it's not dire. We've been doing this for years now. You know, if it takes another month, it's not a big deal. So,
Right.
you
But it's
know,
also not
we're
helping
never
us
gonna.
not getting out there and getting the information going.
Mm,
We want to make sure all our ducks are in a row before we really go big time.
yeah, yeah. And, you know, and of course I'm eager. I'd also like to stress that I really feel like we're making progress. I think this is the right direction, and I feel pretty confident that we should get an audience with this Jim Rutt guy, and to me this is going to be huge. So
Hmm.
I'm really feeling confident these days because I feel like I have more of a direction than or we have more of a direction in where to go and what
Hmm.
group to focus on and how to word this better. You know, like I mentioned last time, I think it's just better that I get away from accusing people and you know, calling people stupid. it's,
Yeah, basically,
that's,
basically, it's a case of you want to entice them, say, "Hey, you know what? This is
yeah,
something I want to do." And if we show too much
yeah,
negativity in it, they're gonna be like,
that's right.
"Why bother?" Because they're not gonna listen to me. We
Yeah,
can't do
yeah,
that. We've got to allow these
well,
people to talk, these individuals to talk, and then sit there and know their voice is being heard, their opinions are
yeah,
being weighed,
yeah,
and that's the whole process we're working on.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I'm too dismissive. I dismiss people, or I'm argumentative, and I want to attack them for their beliefs and stuff. When I should just let that slide and move on to the next thing, and hopefully they come back to it and have a little more understanding. You know.
Yeah, well, this is just a human personality. I mean, that a lot of humans are that way, especially right now. There's a lot of aggression in the world
Oh
for
yeah,
various reasons, and it's all
lots.
political.
Yeah, a lot of skepticism. Everybody's a skeptic these
Hmm.
days.
Right.
Mm.
And everyone's, everyone like in our age brackets, they're like, um, well, they haven't listened to us before. Why would they start now? Why should I bother?
Yeah.
The reason why you
Mm.
should bother is because this is an opportunity for you to be heard. We are giving you the tools so that your voice can be heard, so that we can reach the people you're trying to reach and make them understand, you know what? This is what the people want. This is the people we work for telling us what they want us to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But as long as we have that negative aspect, we're driving a wedge between what we're trying to achieve and what people are needing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely need
So.
to back off on the aggressive stance.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Uh,
saying you only. I mean, I'm just as guilty.
yeah. Yeah.
I really am.
Oh, you were pretty aggressive
Uh,
the first time I talked to you. I remember. So
well,
you
I
can
was also
be.
running on an emotional high, you know. But you can see,
Yeah.
but you've gotten to see now why. You see the type of person I
Yeah.
am over the last year. You see, you know,
Yeah.
I find something that is really important. I voice my opinion about it, and I sit there and say, "This is why it's wrong," or "This is why it's right." I don't look
Yeah.
for that gray area, and that's my fault.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been getting better at merging the two and say, okay, I'm not saying I disagree with you. I do agree with you on things, but here's
Yeah.
other aspects I look at also. I'm
Yeah.
trying to move forward with the conversation, not to change their mind, but to get them a perspective from another person's view.
Yeah. 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 And they
Um,
need exposure to all that in order to
yeah,
come up with good decisions and things. Yeah.
exactly. Um, so I've been spending all my time on the website design right now. I think it looks great. We just need to change the content. I mean, I love the way that new site looks.
Yeah. Right
It's
on.
just I need to change the content in that, and
Yeah.
make sure we have what we're wanting to see, what we're wanting to propose is accurate,
Yeah.
without seeming negative or anything like that, or being aggressive or argumentative about it. We're giving everyone a chance to say what they want to say without having to worry about, well, you're wrong or anything. We want people to discuss what's going on. Maybe we can get a better consensus in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I
We
think we can.
we uh, we as chaos, I think we totally need to change our approach and how we present it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And I
you've
think
been
we're on
making
the right
strides
track
with the
here.
website. Yeah, with the website changes you want me to do for the content, that's on the right side of doing that. We're going to get there. You know,
Yeah.
like any business, whether it's nonprofit or profit, your 5 years make or break. You got 5 years, either you're going to make it or you're going to die. We're already 1 year into this, and we're starting to make progress. Now we just need to keep progressing and get it so it's made. We're
Yeah.
working the
I
right
think we
way.
are.
It's just taking time.
Yeah. I like I
But
say, I can see light at the end of the tunnel. I think that there's a really good opportunity here. I'm feeling
mhm.
more positive than I ever have, really. That
You're starting
we
to
can
see
get this done.
results. You're starting
Yeah.
to see results that you were expecting, and you're realizing, you know what? I was right 40 years ago, and now we do have the technology to advance it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody's on
Yeah.
their phones or their computers. So, all right, let's give them a way to use those phones or computers that advance their voice instead of just randomly saying something to and get into an argument with some random person on Reddit or on, Facebook or wherever, you know. Um,
Yeah.
this gives you a chance to say what you want and let other people respond, but yet at the same time, they're not calling you out, you know.
Yeah.
And I think that makes a big difference. And this is
It does.
something that we need as a world in order for us to get better. We with this,
Yeah.
we could easily prevent wars. We could open lines of communication. We
Yeah.
could get proper trade sanctions or trade agreements made, things like that. Listen to the
Yeah.
people that you represent, and maybe you'll get somewhere further instead of all this
Yeah.
division and political hatred.
Yeah.
Okay, both parties, I don't care if you're conservative or liberal, both parties are at fault on this.
Oh yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
No
They're
individual party is better than the other. They're both corrupt. They're both screwed in the head.
yeah. There's some
Um,
differences, but they are both suffer from a lot of the same problems, a lot of
yeah, well,
the same
the
things.
biggest problem they're going is they're going too far extreme left or right.
Yeah.
Everyone stepped away from the middle where progress actually happens.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where we need to
Yeah.
go, is back to where progress happens. You look back on the um, oh, I just had the word too. The revolution, the corporate revolution, if you will. When we started going into capitalism,
Uh-huh.
things were progressing. People were actually starting to make headway in their lives. We got out of these grass huts, got into real houses, and got struck infrastructure going in that. That was because of working together. Now we're not working together. The divide is, this is what we got you, and this is the way we're going to have it, whether you like it or not. And then they complain when they start having financial problems. Well, this you brought on yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I was just reading this morning, Nike lost 75% of their value over the weekend
What was that from?
because of this. They were making wrong decisions. They lost money. They dropped almost, what was that? I think it was an 11 billion shortfall on income,
Yeah. Yeah.
if I recall correctly. They're losing money. Why are they losing money? Because they forgot what they're about.
Yeah.
It's just like the insurance industries and the hospitals. They forgot what they're about. They're there to help the people, not rip them off, not to make
Have you
other
ever
people rich.
heard the backstory between Nike and Puma?
No, I haven't.
No, man, that's a wild, wild story. They were brothers. Well, they were brothers in the shoe industry,
Hmm.
and they had a fight.
Oh, shit. So they went separate ways.
So they went separate ways, and that's what became Puma. If I think I have this right, Nike and Puma. And the funny part is, they lived in a town, small town. Yeah, I think they're German, if I have if I remember
Hmm.
correctly. And they live in a small town. And so the one brother lives on one side of the town, the other brother lives on the other side of town, and they split that whole town. So half that town is
Wow.
Nike, and the other half is Puma. and
Welcome to
and
Pumaville.
yeah, and yeah, and there's a major rivalry. There's two major factories there, and either you work for one or you work for the other. And if you work for one, then you hate the other, and there's this whole rivalry thing going on all in this one little town. And from this massive worldwide business that they built on shoes, and it's
Hmm.
quite amazing. It was there's a feud in the family, and they don't talk anymore, but they still live in the same town. They don't talk, but they still live in the same town. Anyway, it's an interesting story.
I'll have to look into that. I really do. That's kind of interesting. To
Yeah,
think
yeah,
dividing an entire town because of two companies.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, just the whole the politics of it and everything. I guess is pretty wild. But
Well, that also
yeah,
reinforces the tribalism aspect too
hmm,
of our communities. Hey, this
yeah,
guy's got the right idea. We're going to go with him. This guy's got this idea. We're going to go with him. All of a sudden, they're butting heads. And next thing you know, you've got an entire division.
yeah,
Uh,
and they're fighting over shoes. You know,
yeah, of
it's
all
a big
things.
industry, but it is just shoes. You know,
Hmm.
but and they
And
both
like everything else is coming on, like
the
everything
other
else is
amazing
coming
part
out
is
of expensive.
yeah. The amazing thing too is that they both became like the leaders in shoes and running shoes and stuff like that, right? So they created this massive industry. They're both the top leaders. You'd think one of them would fail and one would do well, right? But they're both like neck
Hmm.
and neck all the time, right?
I haven't seen Puma in the stores lately, though. Not
Yeah,
here
I
in the
don't know if
States,
they're as
anyway.
big. Yeah, they used to be a big competition, but I don't know if they are anymore. Yeah, I don't hear
I don't
much
even know
about
if
them.
they exist anymore.
No, they still
In
do.
all
So
honesty,
yeah. Anyway, I just something I heard one time on a podcast. They were talking about it. I thought it was pretty interesting. But yeah.
yeah, they still exist.
So I don't know. We might as well call this meeting pretty short. I don't think we have too much to cover. I just wanted to make sure
Yeah,
that I just want to make sure that we're moving ahead with the. Well, like I said, I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but if we could move ahead, that would be great, and get that website set up. And I guess if Rami has any objections, he can go through it on the website, and we can always change it later, right? So,
hmm
well, I know he wasn't very happy with my using AI to do all this stuff, but
but
I
well,
didn't see any
and
other
there's
way around it.
well, not only that. I mean, AI is good for aspects like this. You just got to make sure you proofread it, make sure there's no misconstrued information.
Yeah,
Which is
and
another
I'm
thing
not.
I'm doing. I'm going through it and making sure we're not
Yeah,
fighting ourselves in the conversations there or the
yeah,
communication there. That's one thing that is slowing me down. Is that's part of the process of double checking the AI generated stuff. You got to make sure there's proper sequencing.
yeah.
Make sure
I,
it
I, I
runs
have
easy.
gone over it several times. I've had it I've gone over it many times. So I think it all smoothly flows pretty well and stuff like that. And it's got all the pertinent information in there. So as best I could anyway, I went through it all. And if you see anything in there,
Right.
let me know.
Oh, I will. If I have to make any drastic changes, I'll send you the sequence, the section I'm looking at, and what my suggested changes are, and then we can approve on it or disapprove it. I'll send it both you and Rami so we can have a three-way discussion about it.
Yeah,
Um, and we can touch on it in our meetings if we need to.
yeah.
Um, but I mean, the thing is, with what our system is, it's not wrong for us to rely on AI a little bit. AI is becoming the big thing.
No,
We might as well grasp it and use
and
it to our advantage.
and if people are really turned off by AI and refuse to have anything to do with it, well, then they're not going to like anything we're doing because our whole system relies on AI too, right? So,
Mhm.
we're going to have to learn to rely on this stuff to some degree. So,
Right.
yeah,
So, I mean, that's where I'm at. I mean, I'm trying not to make it obvious that it was AI or it was
yeah,
helped with generation through AI. You put in the prompting that, but AI tried to clear it up in that. Um, I don't think that's a bad thing.
yeah.
You
I
know,
don't think so.
uh, it's not like we're sitting there saying, okay, go out, find this information, put a web page together dealing with it. I've got the information. I'm typing it into whatever AI agent I'm using,
Yeah.
and it's spitting out based on your prompting what it's saying.
And boy, I
Um,
went over it and over and over it, and I had to reprompt it all. It was over a week that it took. I think I spent almost 2 full weeks going over it and going, no, you missed this. No, you got to cover this better. No, I want that. So I tweaked it a lot. So it's not
mhm,
just AI dribble that just poured out the first thing or whatever. It's there's a lot of
right.
me involved in that thing. So
And that's the big thing is you've made it that you put a lot of our basis of what chaos is about into it. It's not AI just coming up and saying, "Hey, here's what I got for you."
yeah, yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
one of the things you will learn over more time using AI. I've been doing it myself because I've just really started getting into AI since I started up with you guys.
yeah,
But one of the things that I've noticed with using AI, you've got to really work your prompting to get the accurate information.
that's right. Yeah,
You can't just sit there and say, "Hey, I got this idea. What can we do about it?" and have it spit out a business plan. You actually have
yeah,
to come up with the plans yourself, feed it to AI,
yeah,
and let it tweak, saying, "Okay, here's where this will work. Here's where this won't work." Make it use its processes to validate whether this decision is right or this decision won't work and why.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and it's all about prompting.
yeah. Yeah,
So,
I am finding Claude to be better. better
Hmm.
than what was it, ChatGPT I was using before that. So
Right.
I'm quite happy with Claude. Claude's been working much better for me, I think.
Yeah, I've started working with Claude. Um, does tend to work better for the things I'm working on. Also,
Yeah,
if I had the money, I'd go ahead and pay for a professional version of it. The year,
yeah,
join a year annual subscription to it.
yeah,
Um, but even that, so that's expensive. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to teach my agent to think like Claude,
yeah, yeah,
and maybe I can get a nice blend.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm a little worried that we might lose this ability. They might start charging us more and giving us less free access here sometime soon. I
right.
have a feeling I've been hearing hints about this lately that they're going to that they might start trying to monetize it more and less free access. So anyway, we got to take advantage of it while we can.
Well, it's like I was in Reddit the other day, and I happened to pop into the AI, one of the AI artificial intelligence subreddit. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're big on promoting AI in that.
Oh yeah.
The post that caught my attention though was one of its members sitting there saying, "We need to ban AI. It's getting out of hand. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. We need to ban it until we can comprehend how it works properly."
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's ever
And
going to
he's
happen.
talking a 200-year ban on it.
Yeah.
He's like, we don't have the processing needs for this, but 200 years, the later generations probably haven't figured out. Why can't we put the foundation there and help them increase the provision of it and make it work better?
Yeah.
Um, that's how I look at it.
Yeah. Well,
So,
there's no stopping it now.
no, we're
you're
too
not going
late
to be
into
able
the
to ban
system
it.
to stop it.
Yeah.
So, but AI has its
I,
places. It's just getting it right.
I heard a debate the other day with a guy that I like, and he was debating another guy about AI, and the other guy was a total, absolutely wanted. He refused to use any AI at all, and was saying basically the same thing. There should be a moratorium on it. We should be stopping all development of AI. We shouldn't be
Mhm.
allowed to use it in anything. And anyway, he was very, very staunch about this. But at the same time,
Right.
he recognized that we're in a fight with China.
Hmm.
Yeah. Are you there still?
Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear me? You're breaking up real bad if you can't
Well,
hear me.
might be the end of the meeting here.
Yeah, your system's freezing up.
Are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay. Uh, I don't know. I think it might be something on your end. Um, can you hear me? Yeah, Brian, you completely froze up. Uh, I'm going to go ahead and end the live stream. Uh, and if you want to come back on and talk to me, we can. There he goes. He just disappeared. Well, you're muted now. Well, everyone, it seems like Brian's having some technical glitches. I'm sorry about that. We'll give him a couple minutes here to see if he comes back on or not. Um, I'm going to take this advantage and tell everyone, if you really like what you're seeing and you think this is something worthwhile, check out our website. As soon, you can check out our website now, get a basis of how we're looking. We're revamping the website to give better declaration of what we're doing. Um, and that way we can actually actually present what we want everyone to do. Um, so please check out our website, follow us on Reddit, um, under the subreddit KAOS Institution or KAOS Now. Check us out. If you got ideas you think would help us, please join us in the subreddit or email admin@kaosnow.com, and uh, um, we'll take in consideration when it comes to joining us on the live stream. Feel free to join us. Okay. And we'll go from there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in today. I'm sorry it's a short meeting. We've just had some technical issues today. We'll see you all next week, and please join us. Thank you. Goodbye.